Hello everybody, welcome back. This is the next night, so I've cooled down quite a bit. I'm still probably not what you'd call happy about watching this again, but I cut out about 20 minutes of failure from the boss fight, so you'll, for your own time and my own sanity. So today we're going to kill the second and third boss, and make our way after that. So, now that I've cooled down, and apparently have a frog in my throat, now that I've calmed down from last night, I've, still don't like this boss, but at least I'm in a somewhat rational mood to discuss it, which is always something good. And yeah, originally I was never going to use any of the secret spells just to prove that I could do the game without it, but then the game just, said no, you better use it. So I'm using it. I'm using the double heal or whatever. Heal 64 and then on one person, then 32 on the next lowest HP person, so... Yep. Yep. Why did I do this? I don't know why I did this. I don't even know what I'm doing in this clip right now. I'm just looking at my stuff. Must have been thinking about what to, Oh yeah, I cut out the, grinding. That's what I did. Excuse me, I edited the timeline about half an hour ago, so honestly I don't remember exactly all I cut out, but it was all unnecessary, alright? Trust that much. Even I know that much. So, hopefully y'all are having a good day, good night. I'm recording this at, 5 minutes after midnight, because I woke up about an hour ago. Because that is my custom. I wake up very late. Or, as I would call it, very early. Well, technically it's very late. I used to wake up at midnight on the dot, now I wake up at like 10 or 11, depending. I'm sure you all are waiting with bated breath as to when I go to sleep, so... Or wake up, rather. So I think there was... Oh no, I actually decided to fight. That's what that was. I was like, oh, I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of bribing. I know there will be a lot of bribing later in this, just because... They make you traverse, they make you schlep your butt all the way across the map. Oh, surely you don't mean all the way across the map, Barok. I mean, all the way across the map. And yes, I was trying to save my supers for the boss fight, if you gathered onto my strategy. It's foolproof. It's about like saving your overdrives for Final Fantasy X when you get to that boss fight. You know there's a boss fight coming up, you save all your overdrives and unleash it, and they just unleash holy hell on the thing. Except it doesn't work as well in Healer's Quest as it did in Final Fantasy X. Man, I want to play Final Fantasy X again. Fight. Well, not really. The story was actually quite awful. Well, I say that, but I think it was mostly just Yuna. Didn't like Yuna that much. When I was a kid, I liked her, but anyway. We're all the way off topic now. So, yeah, Beauty fell asleep because of his bow. And I never really fixed that, but to be fair, it kind of works in the next boss fight if you use immune, because he does not fall asleep if you use immune on him. Excuse me. So, that's something to keep in mind. Immune does keep him from falling asleep if you use this particular bow. So it's not a terrible bow to use this boss fight. It's far better than, and he also, I think I also changed his ring, but I think I did show that on camera, so you'll get the, I did actually try different things, instead of ramming my head against a wall for 20 minutes that you never saw. Yeah, that stuff I cut out yesterday was essentially me ramming my head against the wall without changing any rings, without changing any bracelets, without changing any of that stuff, and predictably, it didn't work. Today, or rather, this recording session, I decided, you know what, I'll actually try different things. Maybe that'll make it easier, right? It did. Just a little bit. Just a little. Mainly the thing on Tanky really helped. I think I put the turtle ring on him. I think it gives, it drains HP for the first how many seconds, and after that it gives him a constant regen buff. That's what I put on him, because this fight, you remember this boss fight? It's a long boss fight. Like a long boss fight. Wait, did I cut out the grinding? Well, if I didn't, it's only like 5 minutes of grinding, so you'll get to see exactly how many freaking... random battles I came up with. Looks like 3 random battles before we get to the boss, and according to the timeline's audio peaks, if I can read that correctly, which I think I am. Anyway, this fight's always just an endurance match. Thankfully, by this point in the game, they don't have that much health compared to before. That's probably because of the upgraded weapons. But, yeah. Got another 2 chapters edited. Going to hopefully write another I wrote 1,100 words yesterday on a brand new book. People are probably like, dude, you probably need to start focusing on your... I need to start focusing on the 6 books you already had and getting the covers for those before you start on a whole new book. I'm like, nah, I got the perfect idea for a novel. It's gonna be sweet. So I just started writing on a whim last night. Feels pretty good. Being able to write again instead of just only revising. I mean, revising's needed. You need to revise, but... good God, is it boring compared to actually doing your first draft. First draft's the most fun thing you can do as a writer. People think it's the hardest. Ho, ho, ho. No. It's the easiest part of writing, is the first draft. I know it seems intimidating, that big blank page before you, but I promise, it's very easy. Why am I talking about writing in a Healer's Quest thing? Because I'm looking at random battles. That's why. What else am I supposed to do? I can talk about the spiders, but to what end? I mean, they're spiders. They're spiders and vampires. What the hell else you want me to say about this, honestly? I don't know. Anyway, guess I should get off topic of that and go back on to topic. Grumpy's about to die, and he was stunned. These things like giving just different status effects. If you hadn't gathered as much, they're kind of annoying. Mainly the spiders, but the spiders are dead. These, well, actually, I guess not. I guess these things do the whole vampire thing, which is kind of bullshit, considering I have Remedy. The Remedy is supposed to give 75% resistance against vampire, but it just said, nope, you get it anyway. It's like, oh, okay. I guess I accepted that when I did the RNG talent. So, I mean, it's not worthless. It makes it a lot easier, but you're still vulnerable to the old vampirism, and it kind of sucks. Oh well. Then again, I like RNG passives. I just don't like it when they don't proc for me, you know, obviously. It's fine if it works for me, it's underpowered if it doesn't work. That's the way it is in gaming nowadays. Well, at least this battle's done. And yeah, you can I've learned last night during my ramming my head into the virtual brick wall, you can just retry a thing, just hit escape and go to retry. Very easy. A lot less time consuming than, you know, what was I gonna say? Oh, than just playing the battle out and waiting for people to die. So, just throwing it out there. Pretty nice. And yeah, these things just don't ever stop throwing out damage. If you thought they did, you are sorely mistaken. I wish you weren't mistaken, but you're mistaken. And yeah, they don't ever give you a chance to get your mana back, like, at all. And it just starts to piss you off after a while, because they don't die. Like, ever. Look how much damage. Yeah, I was like, nope. Nope. You're gonna throw that much damage at me. Screw you. Just screw you. This was when I was still red hot, as far as my temper goes, so watching this is kind of funny, because I never do the whole retry thing. When I'm very pissed, you can tell when I'm very pissed, because I just start spamming a retry. I mean, it's obvious, looking at it. Oh, I was so mad. You thought I was joking when I said I was mad, didn't you? No. No, 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 my friends. I was not a happy camper at this point in my night. This was right before I recorded last night's audio, so you remember how mad I was during that audio? This was precursor. This is the precursor to it. Oh, yes. Look how much damage they just throw it on everybody. They don't give a fuck about focusing anybody. Which I guess is good, because if they did, people would just die, but at least this time I managed to keep everyone alive, which isn't necessarily good, considering now they're not going to... I think I did use the flowy bracelet. Just because I was like, holy hell, this might actually help me in the upcoming boss fight. You know, the one I hate with the passion of all burning suns in the universe. And then I hit the wrong button. I meant to bribe them, as you might have well guessed. I didn't mean to flee, because I didn't want to deal with the succubus group. Screw that. So what you're going to see is a jump cut after I go into the inventory or spell book and do all this. I cut ahead about 22 minutes of failure, because I don't want to watch that, and it's a hell of a lot of things to just watch failure over and over, because that's what it was. And we're going to cut right to a few of the last attempts. I'm not going to tell you if the first attempt you see would be a successful or not. That'd be a spoiler, and it wouldn't be very fun then, that wouldn't. But this is a fairly long video, so keep that in mind. Anyway, yeah, I put on the, did I keep the, I think I kept the rage ring on him. And then he's like, well, that's pointless for this fight, so why would I have that on him? There's only one enemy. I thought about giving him the successful ring. Did I leave that on him? I didn't think I leave that on him. I think I gave him the, I don't remember what I gave him. What did I give him? Nah, it wasn't that. Wasn't that. I might have gave him the critical ring, but I don't think I did. Maybe I gave him the unstable healing ring. I thought about it. Nope, I did give him the unstable healing ring, because I was like, I need all the frigging healing I can get in this boss fight. And I wanted him to stay my mana battery, so there we are. So, as far as my things I went with this, immune number 3, heal, double heal, immune, and meditate. Remember I said I got the one thing where immune gone on everybody? Yeah, this is almost essential for this boss fight, in my opinion, just so you don't have to deal with poison all over the place. Poison eats so much into your mana reserves because you have to dump so much extra mana into keeping people alive, it's just not worth having them be poisoned the whole frickin' time. I mean, this should be obvious, but... And you don't really need to spam immune, you only need to hit immune when he's just sitting there like that, getting ready to do his big AoE. That's only the time you really need to hit immune. Of course, I was sometimes off, but... Yeah, I'm almost out of mana, and you're probably going, is this the attempt? This don't look like the attempt. You're not doing very well, Barok. Yeah, I understand that. But to be fair, my mana is not gone yet, because I'm spamming meditate, and, yeah. My heart was pounding, considering I was out of mana, and he was at like 10% health. My heart was not in a good place. And I did not want to deal with poison for the last fucking 10%, 5%, whatever this was. I did not want to deal with it. Oh, but I did. I did it. I did it. Oh man, I hate that fight with so much of my energy. And yes, of course, we all know Beauty is a DPS whore who's very selfish. I think that's saying Tanky does 2 less damage, but everybody else does 3 more damage. I might actually use that, just because Tanky does crap all damage anyway. Look, guys, there's a panel on the door. Looks more like a piece of paper. No problem. Let's just enter. I don't care at this point. Just close your eyes if you see any boobs, Timmy. Yep. Get in there. There we are. Door open with the boss key. Now I remember a lot of bribing at some point. The tower's name is inspiring. I'm sure we'll see interesting things. Interesting indeed. Not exactly what I was expecting. Yeah, this fight sucks. With those 2 old dudes, they really freaking suck. The amount of damage they can put out while they still have mana is obscene. That didn't really help, burning out. But I don't really keep a look on the burnout meter. I probably should, but I don't do it. Who the hell has time to look at that when you're staring at health bars? Fight. Anyway, as you might have guessed from the old people, their big claim to fame is once they run out of mana, they're basically useless. And I was like, no, just hell no. Nope. Not dealing with it. Not dealing with it.
Fight.
Oh my goodness. Look what they do. Look what the shenanigans they get up to. This is obscene right here. Look at this. This is not right. Of course I didn't put the one ring back on Beauty, which would have really helped, but nope. At this point I'm like, well, hopefully we can just kill the vampires with you two still alive, because if not, no. I'm waiting for the bribe. I'm just waiting for the bribe, because I know it would have. No, this is just not going to work. I can guarantee you that, looking at the skills. Why did I change the skill and then bribe? I was so blinded by rage, I didn't give a crap. Very disappointed. Why is this place called Sexual Tower? We had to stop all that activity since you entered the dungeon. Killing is our priority. Can we do it with infiltration type gameplay over again?
Fight.
This is just not gonna work, I can guarantee you this. Yeah, that's like, no. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. He's like, I've been stockpiling gold the whole game, I'm gonna blow it all right in the end game just to skip this shit. We'll just kick his ass. What can we do if he throws another meteor at us? It won't work twice.
Fight.
Optimistic. Why? I have no idea. And why did I have super heal all? I have no idea. Pretty sure I didn't upgrade it. As you can see, it doesn't work all that well. Excuse me, you need, you actually have a reliable heal. Instead of just having a cooldown heal. Burnout basically is a cooldown, but you have to just keep spamming it for it to really do anything. Look how everybody's health just drops. That's not right. That's obscene. It's not fun. It's just it's like a big FU. The game throws your way as a big FU, and it's just not fun to be told FU that many times in a row. I mean, it's just not. I don't care who you are. It's just not fun. At this point, I'm like, well, you're out of mana. Good job. I'm not. You're all going to die now, because I have a tank. And you don't, so you're screwed. I was taking revenge on these old assholes. I wasn't gonna just retry. Fuck that, I want this fight done with. They're done. You run out of mana? Well, tough noodles now, isn't it? Because I'm not. In fact, I grow more powerful as the fight goes on with my meditate. Their claim to fame. They're like a mage rogue combo from the Burning Crusade arena. They rely on killing you before you can even find out what the hell's going on, basically. If they failed that, they were screwed. Well, at least better than Dracula. What are you doing in the Sexual Tower? We have to talk to him now. First you'll have to beat me. I was like, oh good, our health's like just gone. This'll be fun. Now get ready to die. What are you doing with my wife? Your wife? Like I said, he's getting cucked. Who allowed you to get out of your tower? My patriarchy, though. Now prepare to die, midgets. Oh, great. Just throw that word out. I'm pretty sure that's hate speech now in some countries. I'm pretty sure I'd be thrown in the gulag in some countries in Europe now by saying midgets. Oh well. I just read it off the screen. Don't blame me. I didn't come up with that. Was this game made in Europe? I'm surprised it was able to get past that. If it was made in Europe, I don't know where it was made. Whoever it is, I applaud the writing, This fight's not that hard. I know it looks like it's gonna suck because you have two big bosses just right there, but they don't really do much. At first I thought the succubus was just gonna do obscene amounts of damage because her little sisters do. They don't. She doesn't do that much damage. I mean, it's an endurance battle, don't get me wrong. I mean, they do decent damage, but they're not... It's not as bad as the giant freaking skeleton. It's totally unimaginative, by the way, which I guess they went over that in like the second dungeon. Come on, man, we want better things, not just bigger versions. And of course, they're still carrying on that tradition. Tongue-in-cheek self-deprecation, and I enjoy that. But yeah, I'm out of mana. And you might go, you're done, right? You're fucked. You can't do anything at this point, right? That's where you're wrong, kiddo. That's where you're wrong. With enough meditation, anything's possible. Maybe. Maybe. At this point, I was just in friggin', what's that word, triage mode, just trying to keep the most important people alive, which was not Beauty. Basically, it was Tanky, so he doesn't die, and I don't have to start over again. But yeah, I one-shot that boss. When you have the final boss of a dungeon being easier than the second boss, that's very bad pacing. I'll say it again. Did you wash your underpants? They better be clean to show them to the king. You gave us the wrong hint by telling us this was in the ancestral castle. Not at all. We are in the ancestral castle, and the noob sword is here. But wait, I would like to introduce someone. Dun dun dun. Silence. Silence. I can't do the old man voice for very long. I asked you to find the noob sword, and it seems like you failed. Any minute. Oh, I was, shame on you, Tanky and the dumbasses. That's the name you chose for the team, Tanky. Sold the sword to... It's crap anyways. Requires low stats. My legendary golden dragon sword is better for me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to have a date with a sexy girl. Much more skillful team of adventurers completed the quest. They brought the noob shield back to me. Along with the noob sword, it makes me the most powerful man in the world. You're so naive. Now that I'm super powerful, I can finally take over the world! Plot twist. Crappy plot twist. I figured that out if we met the king. We'll also free this castle. Wait, what malediction? If you'd let me tell you the horrible story of... No, I don't need you anymore. God, I don't think this is winnable. Look at the sheer amount of burst damage they have. That is obscene. There is no way that I can think of that you could beat this fight. Look at that. It's not right. There's no way. It's not. You can't do that.
Defeat.
I think they counted that. I mean, maybe if you're like God himself, you can manage that, but I couldn't. It's the worst adventure I've seen in a video game. I agree. It's a pretty crappy adventure. You know very well we just had to wait for the guard to bring us food to break out. This is exactly what happened the first time, except a slightly different dialogue. And, of course, the whole king plot twist they're talking about. But yeah, the guy's in there for peeing on a wall. You saw him in the very beginning of the game? Remember him? Yeah, he's back. And, they didn't let him escape with him last time. Tanky just, like, knocked him down. And we're about to see the same thing again. There's old pig spell. Why he's, working in the castles beyond me. He was a brigand, but alright then.
Fight.
Yeah, they actually make you fight, too. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I mean, I guess it's immersive, but I said stay here. There are enough criminals out in the open world already. And now we gotta fight only half of the team we did before. This is possible. It's not very easy, but at least this is possible. With the 3 mages behind him? No. Watch, that'll be in the last freaking thing. Will be 3 guards and the king. That's what it's gonna be, isn't it? I don't know, but I'm guessing. I mean, this is as far as I've been in the game. Holy hell! Yeah, see, that's just not right. They just blew him up. Look how they massacred my boy up there. No, but I don't like Grumpy that well. But the point is, look what they did to him. They just... whoosh! He's just dead. Bottom line. Because the guard said so, that's why. Of course, you know, the spreading out the damage thing doesn't really help, fellas. It really doesn't. Like, at all. So I decided to retry, because we needed all 4 DPS. And there goes Grumpy's health, right down the commode, as nobody ever calls it anymore. And, probably should be using the super Grumpy has, but I think I was too preoccupied of not letting people die. Which has still happened anyway, so, I mean, there we are. At least they're hitting Tanky, who's invulnerable, I guess. I mean, I don't know if this actually was a successful attempt or not, but I remember eventually I did get past this stupid-ass fight. I do remember that much. I was hoping, since it said it hit 2 people, it hit the one on the top, but it didn't. Of course it didn't. Look at me, he's just constantly attacking. He doesn't actually stop. The motherfucker actually never stops attacking. The guards. My goodness. There's the old jackass now. There he is. So what is the sun? So the sun's already setting. The end is near. They said he was currently in Tutorial Town, place where our adventure began. I'll screw you and your rewards. Oh yeah, they make you schlep your ass all the way back. to tutorial time. All the way back. Oh, and you don't get to deal with the good fights anymore. No. No, you get to deal with everything in the goddamned ancestral castle. Because you remember how I said that was my favorite stuff to fight? Oh, don't you remember that conversation? No, I said it was my least favorite. My least favorite enemy groups in the game. And that's what they want to jam on you. So they want to just force that on me? Shut up and take my money. Basically, is my response to all of this. Shut up and take my money. Because I'm not freaking doing this. I was beyond livid. I'd never skip dialogue unless I am beyond livid. And yeah, I was like, oh, well, okay, I still have enough for potions, we're good. Because we're gonna need them. Apparently I did not want Beauty to have his 7th potion. I think that was an oversight. That was not intentional, by the way. Give no mercy. What's this French-speaking skeleton doing here? The developer had no more budget to localize the whole game in English. Wait, so this came from France? I'm surprised they're not in prison with this kind of hate speech in their game. Oh well. Vive la Resistance in France. And yeah, I'm gonna show you, because I didn't even think about the time. You cannot bribe trolls. I mean, I guess this is pretty obvious. But I think I tried. He just tried to bribe us. Yes, I did. Yeah, you gotta fight him. There's no way through this. You gotta do it. So, hopefully you're good with that. Excuse me. This is a bad idea. Just gonna tell you, I don't think this works that well. Maybe it did, I don't remember, honestly. But yeah, they hit very hard, so shield's actually pretty good against trolls, from my experience. If you have the mana to sustain it, anyway. Of course, not a lot of people have mana to sustain this, so there you are, but maybe if they just finished that one troll, we'd be good. I guess they'll just finish them both at the same time. So here we are. That wasn't actually that bad. Trolls are actually not that hard to fight. Trolls do less damage than succubus, or succubi. Which I don't think they should. Trolls should be the big heavy hitters, in my opinion, in the game, but oh well. Anyway, we're gonna save here, or rather, rest here. Or I think I was like, oh, I guess I don't need to rest anymore. So, that's gonna be it for today, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed my misery, and hopefully I'll beat the game next time. Later.